Go ahead, eat your water. You good?
Kind of.
All right. There you go. Sar.
La Yashala.
La Yashala. Sar. Imagine, which means everybody stands. Wapan Yahakwadam, which means rise and face the east. We start with the Lord's Prayer in Hebrew.
The Lord's Prayer in Hebrew. Abanawa.
Shabbat Shemayim.
Quadash.
Hayah. Shamka. Yahweh.
Malakwaka. Batazaka. Hayah. Aisha. Rataza. Kawa. Hayah. Bashamayim. Natham. Call. Yawam. Wasalaklanao. Kawapnao. Kasalaknao. Kawapyanawa. Wala'ah. Dabayanawa. Manasayawan. Abal. Hawashayanawa. Mayan. Rai. Kaya. Laka. Hamalakwa, Wa'ala, Wa'atapara,
Aman in English. Our Father, which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come. Thy will be done in earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our debts as we forgive our debtors. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom and the power and the glory forever. So be it.
Hakak, the power in the Hebrew, Yahweh. Ba'ashem Yahushai. Babakashah. Bathelanawa. Hakak. Larapa'ah. Kal Makalah. Kal Marawa. Hakak. Latahar. Amatazariah. Hakak. Hamathium. Hakak. Awakawa. Hatama'ala. Hagar-Shan. Ba'ashem Yahushai. Wada Aman
in English, Yahweh. In the name of Yahushai. Please give us the power. The power to heal. All manner of sickness. And all manner of disease. The power to cleanse the lepers. The power to raise the dead. The power against unclean spirits. To cast them out. In the name of Yahushai. Thank you. So be it.
Psalms 121 in the Hebrew. Asha.
Ayanya.
Ahahari.
Ma'ayan.
Yaba'ah.
Isaiah. Ma'ayin.
Yahweh. Aisha. Shemayim. Rataza. Al-Yathan. Lamawat. Galka. Al-Yanawam. Shamarka. Hana. La'ah. Yanawam. Wala'ah. Yayashan. Shawamor. Yasha'ala. Yahweh. Shamarka. Yahweh. Tizalka. Al-Yah. Yamninka. Yawamam. Hashemash. La'ah. Yakayaka. Wayarah. Layala. Yahweh. Yashamarka.
Makal Rai. Yashamar.
Afnapashka. Yahweh. Yashamar. Tazafka. Wabuaka.
Awalam. Aman in English. I will lift up mine eyes into the hills. From whence cometh my help? Coming from Yahweh. Which made heaven and earth. He will not suffer thy foot to be moved. He that keepeth thee will not slumber. Behold, he that keepeth Israel shall neither slumber nor sleep. Yahweh is thy keeper. Yahweh is thy shade upon thy right hand. The sun shall not smite thee by day, nor the moon by night. Yahweh shall preserve thee from all evil. He shall preserve thy soul. Yahweh shall preserve thy going out and thy coming in. From this time forth and even forevermore. So be it.
Psalms 83 in the Hebrew. Alahayim. Al-Damayalaka. Al-Takarash. Al-Tashakwat. Al-Kayahana. Al-Yabyaka. Yahama-Yawan. Wamashanayaka. Yasha'awa. Ra'ash. Al-Amaka. Yamriyamwa. Sawad. Wayatayai Tazawa. Al-Tazap Pawanyaka. Amawa. Lakawa.
Salakia.
Lakawa.
That was my fault. Salakia. Lakawa.
Wanakakiro.
Magoya.
Wala'ah. Yazakar. Sham Yashala. Aiwad. Kaya. Nawa'ai Tazawa. Lab. Yakadwa. Alyaka. Oriyah. Koryahwa.
Yakarathwa.
Yakarathwa. Ahoya. Adawam. Wayashama'alya. Mawa'aba. Wahagaria. Babal. Waimawan. Halasha. I'm Yashavia. Tazawar. Gamashawar. Nalawa. Imam. Hayawar. Iowa, Zarawai, Labanyalawat, Salah, Aisha, Lahum, Kamadian, Kasayasara, Kayabia, Banakal, Boyashwan, Nashamadwa, Bayandara, Iowa, Daman, Adama, Shayathamwa, Nayadamawa, Kaira, Ukazabak, when I say a kamwa, no cow, so like it. Cow na say a kamwa. Cow na say a kamwa. Ashar. Amawa. Nawarash. So like it. Nayarashah. So like it. Nayarashah. Lanawa. Af. Nawaf. Alahayam. So like it. Alahayam. Alahaya. So like it. Alahaya. Shayathamwa, Kagagala, Kakwash, Lapanya Raka, Ka'ash, Taba'ariyara, Wakalahaba, Kalahat, Haryam, Khan, Duradapma, Basarika, Wabasawapaka, Tabahalam, Mala'ah, Panyaham, Wayabakwashwa, Shamka, Yahawah, Wayabahalwa, IDI, Waya Kaparwa, Waya Abadwa, Waya Daiwa, Kaya, Shamka, Yahawa, Labadka, Al Yawan, Al, Call, Haratazah, Aman. In English, keep not thou silence, O Yahweh. Keep not thy silence, O Yahweh. Hold not thy peace. And be not still, O Yahweh. For lo, thine enemies make a tumult. And they that hate thee, they have lifted up the head. They have taken crafty counsel against thy people. And consulted against thy enemies. They have said, Come, and let us cut them off from being a nation. That the name of Israel may be no more in remembrance. For they have consulted together with one consent. They are confederate against thee. The tabernacles of Edom. And the Ishmaelites. Of Moab. And the Hagarenes. Gabal. And Ammon. And Amalek. The Philistines. With the inhabitants of Tyre. Asa also is joined with them. They have hope in the children of Lot. Salah. Do unto them as unto the Midianites, as to Sisera, as to Jabin, at the brook of Kisan, which perished at Endor. They became as dung for the earth. Make their nobles like Oreb, and like Zeb. Yea, all their princes, as Zabah, and as Amunah, who said, Let us take to ourselves the houses of Yahweh in possession. Oh my power, make them like a wheel, as the stubble before the wind, as the fire burns the wood, and as the flame sets the mountains on fire. So persecute them with thy tempest. And make them afraid with thy storm. Fill their faces with shame. That they may seek thy name. O Yahweh, let them be confounded. And trouble forever. Yea, let them be put to shame. And perish. That men may know that thou, whose name alone is Yahweh, art the most high over all the earth. So be it. Prayer to bless Israel in the Hebrew. Barakatah Yahweh. Salaki, it's not the prayer. Oh, Salaki. Prayer of the blessings in the Hebrew. That's what I meant to say, Salaki. Barakatah Yahweh. Why Yahweh Shai. Why Mayakala. Why Alahayim. Why Alahayim. Matazabia. Alawapya. Hasaranyam. Yahweh. Bashim Yahweh. Salaki. The Wada Aman in English. Bless you, Yahweh. And Yahweh Shai. And Michael. And the angels. The commanding generals. The captains. The officers. The troopers. And the sisters. Yahweh. In the name of Yahweh Shai. Thank you. So be it. Prayer to bless Israel in the Hebrew. Yahweh. Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. Barak Lanawa. Wayashala. Bayat Sapari. Barak. Magan. Hagan. Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. The Wada Aman. What we just said was Yahweh in the name of Yahweh Shai. Bless us and Israel in the school. Bless, heal, shield, protect our loved ones in the name of Yahweh Shai. Thank you. So be it. The prayer of the curses. Blessed are you, Yahweh. King of heaven and earth. And all things living. Yahweh. In the name of Yahweh Shai. Listen to us now. Right now. Send evils and curses. And punishment and destruction to the heathen. That speak against us. Thy prophets. The teachers. The princes. The priests. The Israelite brothers. And the school. Send evils and curses. And punishment and destruction to the heathen. And shake loose the church of the rich of Israel. That refuse to give to the school. Force their riches.
enter into thy sanctuary. Send evils and curses. And punishment and destruction. To the Edomites. And the nations. And their drug dealers. The court system. The prison system. Planned Parenthood. All the governments of our enemies. Amalek synagogues and armies. Roman Catholic Church. The Pope. Islam. Christianity. Egyptology. Militia. Ku Klux Klan. Aryan Nation. Skinheads. Posse Comitatus. The gay movement. The lesbian movement. Spies. Workers of witchcraft. NASA space program. Army. Navy. Air Force. Marines. Wall Street. Open up the internet. And the airwaves. The cable access channels. And the radio channels. Convict the spirit of any of thy people that seek to stop us and bring swift destruction to all the heathen that stand in the way or try to stop us from broadcasting your word throughout the planet Earth. Let loose all the plagues. Cause them to go to and fro through the earth and consume them. Let the plagues shake the house of the thief and the murderer. Let Yahweh, Michael and Gabriel come down with the flying saucers and punish all the heathens that come up against us as we speak thy word. Cause it to be known by all that it is the angels that have done it. Cause it to be spread through the media throughout the whole world. Cause them to shake at thy coming. In the name of Yahweh Shai, thank you always. So be it. Sar, which means to turn. Yeshabi, which means to be seated.
Why it seems like it's opposite? Or is it always like that?
It's always like that, Con. We picking up where we left off last week in Numbers, the 23rd chapter, verse 6. When you got it, you start reading it in Hebrew.
Con, sir.
All right. So Numbers chapter 24, 23 and 6. Salaki. Numbers 23 and 6.
Numbers chapter 23, verse 6 in the Hebrew. Wayashab, al Yawah. No,
that's right.
Al Yawah. Wahana, Natazab. Al Tawa. Hawa. Wakal. Sharia. Moab. Yeah, Moab.
Right,
verse 7.
Well, actually, Salakia, Mawa'aba.
Mawa'aba.
That's Moab.
Kind of the Khan. I knew that. Verse 7. Wayasha, Mashalawa. Wayamar. Man. Was it Mana? Man. Aram. Yana Kanaya. Yana Kanaya. Balak.
Yanaknaya.
Yanaknaya. So like Yanaknaya.
Khan.
Balak. Malak.
Khan.
Moab. So like Maharaya. Maharaya.
Khan.
Kodam. So like Kodam. Laka. Ara. Laya. Yaikwab. Walaka. Zaima. Is that right?
That word was Yaikwab. That's Jacobite. Salaki,
which one?
Yaikwab.
Yeah, Yaikwab. Salaki. Yaikwab. Walaka. Zaima. Yashala.
Khan.
Verse 8. Ma. Akwab. La'a. Kwaba. All. Wama. Azaim. La'a. Zaim. Yahweh. Verse 9. Kaya. Marash. Tazariam.
Khan,
Tazarium. Ara Anawa.
Khan.
Is that right?
Ara Anawa, Khan.
Ara Anawa. Wama
Ga.
So like Wama Ga, but Iwa Wath.
Khan. Wama Gab Iwath.
Wama Gab Iwath.
Khan.
It's like Ashawa Ranawa. Han or Hana.
No, that's Han.
Han. I'm Laba Labad. Salakia. Labadad.
Yashakan. Wabagoyam. Is that right?
Khan.
Wabagoyam. La'a. Yatakashib. It's like Yatakashab. Yatakashab.
Khan.
Verse 10. Maya. Mana. I par. Ya I quab. Wama sapar. Af. Rabbi. Yashala. Damath. Napashya. Mawaf. Yasharayam. With the hump. With the haya. With the haya. Aka Rayath. Yeah.
Akaryathya.
Akaryathya. Kamawa.
Kamahan.
Kamahan.
I mean, Salaki, you was right. Salaki, you was right the first time.
So Kamaha.
No, why?
Kamawa.
Khan.
Verse 11. Wayamar. Balak. All. Balaim. Balaim. Maha. Aishayath. Laya. Laquab. Ayabya. Laquakayak. Wahana. Barakath. Barak. Verse 12. I'll stop at 13.
12. This is the last verse.
Wayak.
So
like Wayaim. Waya Amar. Hala'ah. Af. Ashar. Yashiyam. Yahweh. Bapaya. Athwa. Ashamar. Ladabar.
All right. Numbers chapter 23, verse 6. And he returned unto him, and lo, he stood by his burnt sacrifice, he and all the princes of Moab. Verse 7. And he took up his parable and said, Balak, the king of Moab, hath brought me from Aram, out of the mountains of the east, saying, Come, curse me, Jacob, and come, defy Israel. Verse 8. How shall I curse whom God hath not cursed? Or how shall I defy whom the Most High hath not defied? Verse 9. For from the top of the rocks I see him, and from the hills I behold him. Lo, the people shall dwell alone, and shall not be reckoned among the nations. Verse 10. Who can count the dust of Jacob, and the number of the fourth part of Israel? Let me die the death of the righteous, and let me last end be like his. And let my last end be like his. Verse 11. And Balak said unto Balaam, What hast thou done unto me? I took thee to curse mine enemies, and behold, thou hast blessed them all together. Verse 12. And he answered and said, Must I not take heed to speak that which the Most High hath put in my mouth?
Numbers chapter 23, verse 13 in the Hebrew. Wayamar alayawah Balak. Look, what's that? Lak. Na'ah. Athiyah. All. Makwawam. Akar. Ashar. Nawa. Dara Nawa. Masham. Apasa. Apasa. Quataza Hawa. Quataza Hawa. Dara. Waka Lawa. La'a. Dara. Dara. Wakwab Nawa. Wakwab Nawa. Laya. Masham. Verse 14. Going slow. Waya Kahawa. Shaddai, Tazapayam, all, no, it's like, yeah, all, Ra'ash, Hapasaga, Wayabawa.
That's
no,
bond.
So like Wayaban, Shabai, Maza Bakaf, Waya'al, Par, Y'all, Bamazabak, verse 15. Wayamar, all, Balak, Hatta Yatazab,
Yatazab.
It's like Hatta Yatazab, Ka, Il, Alatak, Nakaya. Hold on. That's right. Nakaya. Nakia. Aquara. Ka. Verse 16. Wayakwar, Yahweh, all, Balaam, Wayasham, Dabar, Bapoyawa, Wayamar, Shawab, all, Balak, Waka, the Dabar, verse 17. Wayaba, Aliyawa, Wahanawa, Natazab, or Natazab, all, it's like an Isle, Alatawa, Washaraya, Mawa'aba, Atawa, Wayamar, Lawa, Balak, Ma, Dabar, Yahweh. Verse 18. Wayasha'a, Mashalawa. Mashalawa. Wayamar, Qawam, Balak. Washamai, Ha'az,
Yana.
How you say?
Yana, Ha'az, Yana.
Salaki. Ha'azanya.
Zayana.
Ha'azanya. Salaki. Ha'azayana. Salaki. Idea. Bawan. No, Banwa. Is that right?
Well, no, that's
Banwa. Tazapar, verse 19.
That's your last verse.
Kind of the water. I don't want it. La'a, Ayash, Al, Wayakazab, Waban, Adam, Wayatanakam. What's that? Hawa. Right. Hahawa'a. Amar. Wala'a. Ya'aisha. Salaki. Wadabar. Wala'a. Yakwa Yama. Salaki. Yakwa Yamana.
All right. Numbers chapter 23. So like you were at 10. No, I'm sorry. I'm at verse 10. Right? You started at verse.
I stopped at 19.
So no, that's way.
Oh man, my Bible just freezing.
Oh, so like I'm at verse 13. All right. Numbers chapter 23, verse 13. And Balak said unto him, Come, I pray thee, with me unto another place, from whence thou mayest see them. Thou shalt see but the utmost part of them, and shalt not see them all, and curse me them from thence. Verse 14. And he brought him into the field of Zophim, to the top of the Pisgah, and built 7 altars, and offered a bullock and a ram on every altar. Verse 15. And he said unto Balak, stand here by thy burnt offering, while I meet the Most High yonder. Verse 16. And the Most High met Balaam, and put a word in his mouth, and said, go again unto Balak, and say thus. And when he came to him, behold, he stood by his burnt offering, and the princes of Moab with him. And Balak said unto him, what hath the Most High spoken? Verse 18. And he took up his parable and said, rise up, Balak, and hear. Hearken unto me, thou son of Zippor. The Most High is not a man, that he should lie, neither the son of man, that he should repent. Hath he said, and shall he not do it? Or hath he spoken, and shall he not make it good? All right, I got the next one. All right, Numbers chapter 23, verse 20 in Hebrew. Hana, Barak, Lakwakathaya, Wabarak, Wala'ah, Ashayabna, verse 21. La'ah, Hawayat, Awan, Baya Iquab, Wala'ah, Ra'ah, Imal, Baya Sha'ala, Yahweh, Alahayawa, Salakia, Alahayawa, Imawa, Watha Ra'aith, Malak, Bawa, verse 22. Al, Mawataziyam, Mamatazarium, Kathawaipath, Ra'am, Lawa, verse 23. Kaya, La'ah, Nakash, Baya Iquab, Wala'ah, Kwasam, Baya Sha'ala, Ka'aith, Yaimar, Laya Iquab, Wala Yasha'ala, Ma, Pa'al, Al, 24. Han, Aim, Kalabia, Yaquam, Waka Salakia, Waka Arya, it's Nasha, Yatha Nasha'ah, La'ah, Yashakab, Id, Ya'akal, Tarap, Wadam, Chalalyum, Yashatha, verse 25. Waya Amar, Balak, Al, Bala'aim, Gam, Quab, La'ah, Thaquabnawa, Gam, Barak, La'ah, Thabaraknawa, verse 26. Waya Ain, Bala'aim, Waya Amar, Al, Balak, Hala'ah, Debarthia, Aliak, La'amar, Kal, Ashar, Salakia, Yadabar, Yahweh, Athawa, Aish, Salakia, Aisha. All right.
All right. In the English, Numbers chapter 23, verse 20. Salakia. Behold, I have received commandment to bless, and he hath blessed, and I cannot reverse it. 21. He hath not beheld iniquity in Jacob, neither hath he seen perverseness in Israel. The Most High is the Most High, his power is with him, and the shout of a king is among them. Verse 22. The Most High brought them out of Egypt. He had, as it were, the strength of a unicorn. Verse 23. Surely there is no enchantment against Jacob, neither is there any divination against Israel. According this time it shall be said of Jacob and of Israel, what have the Most High wrought? 24. Behold, the people shall rise up as a great lion, and lift up himself as a young lion. He shall not lie down until he eat of the prey and drink the blood of the slain. Verse 25. And Balak said unto Balaam, neither curse them at all, nor bless them at all. Verse 26. But Balaam answered and said, Balaam answered and said unto Balak, Told not I thee, saying, all that the Most High speaketh that I must do?
All right. Numbers chapter 23, verse 27. Waya Amar, Balak, Al, Balaim, Lakah, Na'ah, Aquakak, Al, Makrawam, Achar, Awaliyah, Yayashar, Bayanya, Ha'alahayim, Wakwabthua, Layah, Masham, verse 28. Wayakwak, Balak, Ath, Balaim, Ra'ash, Hapa Iwar, Hanashakwap, Al, Panya, Hayash Yamyan, Salakia, Yaman, Hayash Yaman, verse 29. All right. Wayamar, Balaim, Al, Balak, Banah, Layah, Bazah, Shabai, Mazabakath, Wahakan, Layah, Bazah, Shabai, Paryam, Washabai, Aliyah, Salakia, Ayalayam, Ayalyam, verse 30. Wayaish, Balak, Ka'ashar, Amar, Balaim, Waya'al, Par, Wa'ayal, Bamazabach, verse 1. Numbers chapter 24, verse 1. Wayara'ah, Balaim, Kayah, Tawab, Bayanaya, Salakia, Bayanya, Yahweh, Labarak, Ath, Yasha'ala, Wala'ah, Halak, Kapa'im, Bapa'im, Lakora'ath, Nakashiam, Wayashath, Al, Hamadabar, Punyawa, verse 2. Wayasha'ah, Salakia, Wayasha'ah, Salakia, Wayasha'ah, Balaim, Ath, Ayanyawa, Wayara'ah, Ath, Yasha'ala, Shekan, Lashabatyua, Wathahayah, Aliyawa, Rawak, Aliyahum, verse 3. Wayasha'ah, Mashalwa, Waya Amar, Na'am, Balaim, Banwa, Ba'ir, Salakia, yeah, that's Salakia. Ba'ir, Wana'am, Hagabar, Shatham, Ha'ayan.
All right, in the English. Numbers chapter 23, verse 27. And Balak said unto Balaam, Come, I pray thee, I will bring thee unto another place. Peradventure it will please the Most High that thou mayest curse me them from thence. 28. And Balak brought Balaam unto the top of, Peor, that looketh toward Jeshimon. Verse 29. And Balaam said unto Balak, Build me here 7 altars, and prepare me here 7 bullocks and 7 rams. Verse 30. And Balak did as Balaam had said, and offered a bullock and a ram on every altar. Numbers 24, verse 1. And when Balaam saw that it pleased the Most High to bless Israel, he went not, as at other times, to seek for enchantments, but he set his face toward the wilderness. Verse 2. And Balaam lifted up his eyes, and he saw Israel abiding in his tents according to their tribes. And the Spirit of the Most High came upon him. Verse 3. And he took up his parable and said, Balaam, the son of Beor, have said, and the man whose eyes are open have said.
All right. Numbers chapter 24, verse 4. Naam, Shammai, Amariah, Al, Ashar, Machazah, Shadiah, Yachazah, Nepal, Wagalwaya, Ayanyam, verse 5. Ma, Tabawa, Ahalyak, Yaiquab, Mashakanathyak, Yasha'ala, verse 6. Kanach Layam, Natayawa, Kaganath, Aliyah, Nahar, Ka'ahalyam, Natai, Yahweh, Ka'arazium, Aliyah, Mayam, verse 7. Ya, Zal, Mayam, Madaliyah, Madalyawa, Wazar Iwa, Bamayam, Rabium, Wayaram, Maagag, Malakawa, Malakwa, Wathan Sha'a, Wathanasha'a, Malakathwa, verse 8. Al Mawataza Ya'awa, Mamataza Rayam, Kathawa I Salakia, Kathawa I Path, Ra'am, Lawa, Ya'akal, Gorayam, Tazaryawa, Taza Mathyahum, Yagaram, Wacha Taza Yawa, Yamak Salakia, Yamakataza, verse 9. Kora'ai, Shakab, Ka'arya, Wakalab, Ya'a, Maya, Yakwa Yamnua, Mabar Salakia, Mabarakayak Salakia, Mabarkayak, Barawak, Salakia, Wa'ar Yarak, Salakia, Wa'ar Yak, are a war. All right, verse 10. Wayachar, Ap, Balak, Al, Balaim, Wayatap, Salakia, Wayatapak, Ath, Salakia, Kapayawa, Waya Amar, Balak, Al, Balaim, Laquab, Ayabya, Korah Athyuk, Salakia, Korah Athyuk, Wahana, Barakath, Barak, Zah, Shalash, Salakia, Pa'imyum, Khan, Pa'imyum.
That's what it looked like to me.
Khan.
We started verse 4. Numbers chapter 23, verse 4. He have said, which heard the words of the Most High, which saw the vision of the Almighty, fallen into a trance, but having his eyes open. Verse 5. How goodly are thy tents, O Jacob, and thy tabernacles, O Israel. Verse 6. As the valleys are they spread forth, as gardens by the river's side, as the trees of ling, aloes, which the Most High had planted, and as cedar trees beside the waters. Verse 7. He shall pour the water out of his buckets, and his seed shall be in many waters, and his king shall be higher than Agag. Salakia. Shall be higher than Agag, and his kingdom shall be exalted. Verse 8. The Most High brought him forth out of Egypt. He had as it were the strength of a unicorn. He shall eat up the nations his enemies, and shall break their bones and pierce them through with his arrows. Verse 9. He couched. Is that right? Yeah. He couched. He lay down as a lion, and as a great lion. Who shall stir him up? Blessed is he that blesseth thee, and cursed is he that curseth thee. Verse 10. And Balak's anger was kindled against Balaam, and he smote his hands together. And Balak said unto Balaam, I called thee to curse mine enemies, and behold, thou hast altogether blessed them these 3 times.
All right. Shalom. All right, you can go ahead and read the next one in Hebrew.
Kind of the concept.
And then I'll read the last 7.
Kind of the concept. All right, so where we at? Verse 11.
Con.
Numbers chapter 23, 24, verse 11 in the Hebrew. Wa'aita Barak. Lak. Al Makwa Wamak. Amarathya. Kadar. No, Kabad. Akabadak. Apakadak. No, it's like
Akabadak.
It's like Wahana. Mana Ike. Mana Ike. Yahweh. Makabawak. No.
Makabwad.
Makabawad. Verse 12. Wayamar. Balaim. Al. Balak. Malak. Hala'ah. Gam. Gam. Al. Kayak. Ashar. Shalakath. Shalakath.
Khan, that's right.
Aliyah. Dabarathya. La'amar. Verse 13. Yatan. Laya. Balak. Mala'ah. Bayathwa. Kasap. Wazahab. Yeah, Wazahab. La'a. Kawakal. La'aibar. Yeah, La'aibar. Paya.
I'm seeing. I got
you. Get away, go. Yahweh. La'aishawaf. Tawaba. Awa. What's that? Ra'ai. Malabia. Ashar. Yadabar. Yahweh. Athwa. Dabar. Verse 14. Wa'aita. Hananiah. Is that right? Hananya. Hawalak. La'imya. Is that right?
Khan.
Laka. Tazak. So like Tazak.
Khan.
Tazak. Ashar. Ya'isha. Ha'im. Hazah. La'imak. Ba'akariyath.
Khan.
Hayamyam. Verse 15. Where I stop at 17.
Khan, you stopping at 17.
Khan of the Khan. The water out of water.
Right,
Na'am. Shammai.
Yeah, 15, ain't you?
I'm on 16.
You just finished 14.
Oh, then.
Khan, you just finished 14. 15. You on 15 now.
I'm on 15? Salakia. I accidentally hit the wrong one.
Me too.
Salakia. Wayasha'a. Mashalawa. Amar. Na'am. Bala'im. Banwa. Bayara. Yeah, Bayara. Wanaam. Hagabar.
That's how you say it. You right. Bayra.
Bayra.
Con, that's how you say it. Because I was saying Bayr, but it's Bayra.
Con. Bayra. Wanaam. Hagabar.
Con.
Shatam. Ha'ayawa.
No, Ha'ayan.
Is Ha'ayan.
Con.
Ha'ayan. Verse 16. Naam, Shammai, Amaria, all will you die, the Ith, Ila Yawam, Salakia, Ila Yawam, Al Yawan, Makaza, Shadia, Yakaza. Nepal, Wagalia,
Ayan.
So Ayan.
That's Ayan.
So like it. Ayan.
Yum.
Ayan yum.
It's like verse 17.
Oh, verse 17. So like it. Ara Nawa.
Khan. Ara
Anawa. Wala'a. Aita.
Khan.
Asha Warnawa.
Khan.
Wala'a. Kwawarab. Darak. Kawakab. Maya Iquab. Is that right?
Khan.
Maya Iquab. It's lucky. Waquam. Shabbat. Is that right?
Khan.
Shabbat. Maya Sha'ala.
Khan.
Wamakataza.
Salakia.
Wamakataza.
No. Wamakataza.
Pa'athia. Mawa'ab. Wakwarakwa. Makwarkwar. Wakwarkwar. Call. Banya. Shath.
All right. Numbers chapter 24, verse 11. Therefore now flee thou to thy place. I thought to promote thee unto great honor, but lo, to the Most High have kept thee back from honor. Verse 12. And Balaam said unto Balak, spake I not also to thy messengers which thou sentest unto me, saying, if Balak would give me his house full of silver and gold, I could not go beyond the commandment of the Most High, to do either good or bad of my own mind. But what the Most High saith, that will I speak. Verse 14. And now, behold, I go unto my people. Come therefore, and I will advertise thee what this people shall do to thy people in the latter days. Verse 15. And he took up his parable and said, Balaam the son of Beor hath said, and the man whose eyes are open hath said, he hath said, which heard the words of the Most High, and knew the knowledge of the Most High, which saw the vision of the Almighty, falling into a trance, but having his eyes open. Verse 17. I shall see him, but not now. I shall behold him, but not nigh. There shall come a star out of Jacob, and a scepter shall rise out of Israel, and shall smite the corners of Moab, and destroy all the children of Sheth. All right, that was the last 7. Numbers chapter 24, verse 18. Waya, Adawam, Yarasha, Wahaya, Yarasha, Sha'ayar, Ayabiwa, Wayasha'ala, Aisha, Chayal, verse 19. Let's see. 24. Wayarad, Mayaquab, Wa'abyad, Shuriad, Mayar, verse 20. All right. Waya Ra'ah, Ath, Amalak. Waya Sha'ah, Mashalwa. Waya Amar, Ra'ashath, Goayam, Amalak. Wa'acharyathwa, Wa'achrayathwa, Adyah, Abad, verse 21. Waya Ra'ah, Ath. Hakwayanat Salakia. Hakwayanya. Hakwayanya. Waya Sha'ah. Wayasha'ah. Mashalwa. Waya Amar. Ayathan. Mawashabad. Salaki. Mawashabak. Washayam. Basalai. Kwanak. Verse 22. Kaya, Yahaya, Laba'ar, Kwayan, Id, Ma, Ashawa, Salakia, Ashawar, Thashabak, verse 23. Waya Sha'ah, Salakia, Waya Sha'ah, Mashalwa, Waya Amar, Awaya, Maya, Yahaya, Mashamawa, Aw. What 24? The water. Verse 24. What's a Yum? Mayad. Kathayum. Wa'ainawa. Ashawar. Wa'ainawa. Ibar. Wagam. Hawa'a. Idea. Abad. Alright.
Alright, in the English. Numbers chapter 24, verse 19.
18,
Salaki. And Edom shall be a possession. Seir also shall be a possession for his enemies. And Israel shall do, what's that? I can't say that word. Valiantly. Salaki. Verse 19. Out of Jacob shall come he that shall have dominion, and shall destroy him that remaineth of the city. Verse 20. And when he looked on Amalek, he looked up his parable. He took up his parable and said, Amalek was the first of the nations, but his later end shall be that he perish forever. Verse 21. And he looked on the Kenites and took up his parable and said, Strong is thy dwelling place, and thou puttest thy nest in a rock. Verse 22. Nevertheless, the Kenite shall be wasted until Ashur shall carry thee away captive. Verse 23. And he took up his parable and said, Alas, who shall live when the Most High doeth this? Verse 24. And ships shall come from the coast of Shittim. It's like Shittim. Shit. That's what I'm.
Shit. Say chit like chit.
Shit. That's what I'm saying. This is how I say. I say how I
say it again.
Shit.
Con. There you go.
Shittim.
Con. There you go.
And shall afflict Ashur, and shall afflict Eber, and he also shall perish forever.
That's it. Con. All right. Ain't no sweat. I imagine just us up here, which means to stand. All right. Sar.
La Yashala.
Sar. All right, I imagine everybody stand. Wapan Yakwadam, which means rise and face the east. You want to say the Lord's Prayer in Hebrew.
The Lord's Prayer in Hebrew. Abanawa, Shabbat Shemayim, Kodash, Ayah, Shamka, Yahweh, Malakwaka, Batazaka, Aisha, Baharataza, Kawah, Hayah, Bashamayim, Nathalanawa, Nacham, Kal, Yawam, Basalakanawa, Kawathnawa, Kawathnawa, Wala'ah, Tabayanawa, Banasayawan, Abal, Kawashayanawa, Mayan, Rai, Kaya, Laka, Hamalakwa, Hatapara, Aman in English, our Father, which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done, in earth, as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our debts, as we forgive our debtors. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, and the power, and the glory, forever, so be it.
Agak, the power, in Hebrew, Yahweh, Hashem Yahushua, Babakashah, Nathalanawa, Kal Madawa, Batazariah, Hamathim, Awakawa, Tama'ala, Hashem Yahushua, the water Aman in English, Lord, Salaki, Yahweh, in the name of Yahushua, please give us the power to heal all manner of sickness, and all manner of disease, the power to cleanse the leper, the power to raise the dead, the power against unclean spirits, to cast them out. In the name of Yahushua, thank you, so be it. Psalms 121 in the Hebrew. Asha, Ayanya, Ahahari, Mayan, Yaba'a, Isaiah, Yahweh, Aisha, Shemayim, Baharataza, Al-Yathan, Lamawat, Galka, Al-Yanawam, Shamarka, Hana, Yanawam, Wala'ah, Yashan, Shawamar, Yashala, Yahweh, Shamarka, Tezalka, Al-Yah, Yamnyaka, Yamamam, Ashamash, La'ah, Yakayaka, Wayara, Malayala, Yahweh, Yashamar, Bakal Rai, Yashamar, Napashka, Yahweh, Yashamar, Tazaka, Wabaka, Awalam, Aman in English. I will lift up mine eyes into the hills. From whence cometh my help? My help cometh from Yahweh, which made heaven and earth. He will not suffer thy foot to be moved. He that keepeth thee will not slumber. Behold, he that keepeth Israel shall neither slumber nor sleep. Yahweh is thy keeper. Yahweh is thy keeper. Yahweh is thy shade upon thy right hand. The sun shall not smite thee by day, nor the moon by night. Yahweh shall preserve thee from all evil. He shall preserve thy soul. Yahweh shall preserve thy going out and thy coming in. From this time forth, and even forevermore. So be it. Psalms 83 in the Hebrew. Alahayim, Aldami Alaka, Al-Takarash, Al-Tashakwa, Kayahana, Al-Yabika, Yahama Wamashanayaka, Ashwa, Nashawa, Ra'ash, Al-Amaka, Yarmiyama, Sawad, Wayatayai Tazawad, Altazap Pawanyaka, Amawa, Lakawa, Wanakakia, Magoya, Wala'ah, Yazakor, Shamyasha, Aiwa, Kaya, Nawai Tazawad, La, Yakadwa, Auyaka, Barya, Yakarath, Ahalia, Adawam, Wayashamalia, Mawaba, Hagaria, Waimawan, Halashat, Amyashabia, Tazawar, Gamashawa, Nalawa, Imam, Iowa, Zawad, Salah, Aisha, Laham, Kamadia, Kasayasara, Yabia, Manakor, Yashwan, Nashamadwa, Bayanda, Iowa, Yaman, Ladama. Shayathamwa, Nadiyabwa, Kaira, Wakazaba, Kalnasaya, Ashar, Amawa, Narashwa, Nawa, Alahaya, Shayathamwa, Kagala, Kapanya Raka, Ka'ash, Daba'ayara.
Wakalahaba,
Kalahat,
Haryam, Khan, Theradapma, Basarika, Wabasawapaka, Dabahalom, Mala'a, Hanyaham, Waya Bakwashwa, Shamka, Yahawa, Yabashwa, Waya Abawa, Idiai, Waya Kapara, Waya Abadwa, Waya Daiwa, Kaya, Atha, Shamka, Yahawa, Labadka, Yawan, Kal, Haratiza,
Aman. In the English, keep not thy silence, O Yahweh.
Keep not thy silence, O Yahweh.
Hold not thy peace.
Hold not thy peace.
And be not still, O Yahweh.
And be not still, O Yahweh.
For lo, thine enemies make a tumult. And they that hate thee have lifted up their head. They have taken crafty counsel against thy people. And consulted against thy enemies. They have said, Come, and let us cut them off from being a nation, that the name of Israel may be no more in remembrance. For they have consulted together with one consent. They are confederate against thee. The tabernacles of Edom, and the Ishmaelites, of Moab, and the Hagarenes, Gabal, and Ammon, and Amalek, the Philistines, with the inhabitants of Tyre. As also is joined with them. They have hope in the children of Lot. Salah, do unto them, as unto the Midianites, as to Sisera, as to Jabin, as the brook of Kishon, which perished at Endor. They became as dung for the earth. Make their nobles like a red, and like Zed, yea, all their princes, as Sabbath, and as Amunah, who said, Let us take to ourselves the houses of Yahweh in possession. Oh, my power, make them like a wheel, as the stubble before the wind, as the fire burneth the wood, and as the flame set the mountains on fire. So persecute them with thy tempest, and make them afraid with thy storm. Fill their faces with shame, that they may seek thy name. O Yahweh, let them be confounded, and trouble forever. Yea, let them be put to shame, and perish, that men may know that thou, whose name alone is Yahweh, art the Most High over all the earth. So be it.
Blessings in the Hebrew. Barakatah Yahweh.
Barakatah Yahweh.
Why Yahweh Shai.
Why Yahweh Shai.
Why Miyaka'ala.
Why Miyaka'ala.
Why Alahayim.
Why Alahayim.
Matazabiyah. Alawapyah.
Alawapyah.
Alawapyah. Hasaranya.
Hasaranya.
Hakatazayanya. Hakayayaya. Why Akwakyah. Yahweh. Why Hashem Yahweh Shai. The Wada Aman.
The Wada Aman in English. Bless you, Yahweh.
Bless you, Yahweh.
And Yahweh Shai. And Michael. And the angels. Commanding General Yana. The generals. The captains. The officers. The troopers. And the sisters. Yahweh. In the name of Yahweh Shai. Thank you.
So be it. Prayer to bless Israel. Yahweh. By Hashem Yahweh Shai. Baraklanau. Wayasha'ala. Waha. Hayat Sapari. Barak. Bagan. By Hashem Yahweh Shai. The
Wada Aman. What we just said was Yahweh. In the name of Yahweh Shai. Bless us and Israel in the school. Bless, heal, shield, protect our loved ones. In the name of Yahweh Shai. Thank you. So be it. The prayer of the curses. Blessed are you, Yahweh.
Blessed are you, Yahweh.
King of heaven and earth.
King of heaven and earth.
And all things living.
Yahweh.
In the name of Yahweh Shai. Listen to us now. Right now. Send evils and curses.
Send evils and curses.
And punishment and destruction. To the heathen. That speak against us. Thy prophets. The teachers. The princes. The priests. The Israelite brothers. And the school. Send evils and curses. And punishment and destruction. To the heathen. And shake loose the treasure. Of the rich of Israel. That refuse to give to the schools. Force their riches. To enter into thy sanctuary. Send evils and curses, and punishment and destruction to the Edomites, and the nations, and their drug dealers, the court system, the prison system, Planned Parenthood, all the governments of our enemies, Amalek synagogues and armies, Roman Catholic Church, the Pope, Islam, Christianity, Egyptology, militia, Ku Klux Klan, Aryan Nation, skinheads, Posse Comitazi, gay movement, the lesbian movement, spies, workers of witchcraft, NASA space program, Army, Navy, Air Force, Marines, Wall Street, open up the internet, and the airwaves, cable access channels, and the radio channels, convict the spirit of any of thy people that seek to stop us, and bring swift destruction to all the evil that stand in the way, or try to stop us from broadcasting your words throughout the planet Earth. Let loose all the plagues, cause them to go to and fro through the earth, and consume them. Let the plagues shake the house of the thief and the murderer. Let Yahweh Shai, Michael and Gabriel, come down with the flying saucers, and punish all the heathens that come up against us as we speak thy word. Cause it to be known by all that it is the angels that have done it. Cause it to be spread through the media throughout the whole world. Cause them to shake at thy coming. In the name of Yahweh Shai, thank you always. So be it. Sar, which means to turn. The water. Sisters, Imadium. Sisters, Yeshabi, which means to be seated. Men of Israel, we're going to give one courtesy salute to the brothers. Men of Israel, Imadium Shabbat, Imadium, Barak, Yabashim Yahushua Brakatham. Yajimatah, sisters, Imadium, which means to stand. Brothers, turn and face the sisters. Men of Israel, we're going to give one courtesy salute to the sisters. Men of Israel, Imadium Shabbat, Imadium, Barak, Yahushua Alathan Bashim Yahushua. Yajimatah, dismiss.